Looks like Ted found a wall to walk on top of. What do you think, Ted? I know, hey? Isn't that cool? So back in the old days, I mean, you can see the farmers, that's a pretty good sized rock right there. The farmers had a problem. They had rocks in their fields. But then they also had, happily, a problem they were trying to solve. And that was keeping their cows inside. Obviously, that fence wouldn't keep Yorkies in. But it kept cows in just fine. These are pretty good sized walls, too. And this is like 4 feet thick. And some of these rocks, they're pretty good sized. And then it leads up to the farm. Grab something without reaching in and getting bit by somebody, or without grabbing onto any of this, because, well, yeah, that's bad too. Oh, that's a pretty good sized tree. What do you think, Ted? That blasted way out into the field here. Judging by the four-wheeler tracks, I would say the farmer knows. But yeah, he'll have to get that out of there before hay season. This is why I love this area. It is beautiful. So just to show you how well a Yorkie can disappear. Well, you can see him now because he's moving. But a few seconds ago, he was kind of blending into the leaves right over there because, well, they're the same color as his furry little butt. Now, people used to ask me why my phone service was bad. Like this is phone cable here. Let me zoom into that. That's right. That phone line is in the tree. So as you can see, some of the phone lines around here haven't been upgraded for quite some time. And then they just kind of go into the ground and go to the cabins down below. If anybody's been watching my channel for a while may have seen where I had the phone line right down next to my neck. So that was the fix for that, I guess. And then if we follow this down, yeah, that's an interesting way to base that out. Wowzers. You can see there's another, hold steady for a second. There's another phone line that goes down to one of the other cabins. Yeah, better not be in there when that starts running. Hey, stay away from the grease. Ted, get out of there. Come on. Whoops. Yeah. So this is why I ended up going to cable and got rid of my phone, because that's just not good. That's really not good. So nobody ever came out to fix any of this stuff. So the farmer had to fix it. So he just stuck the lines in a tree and called it a day. Not gonna lie, I'm digging that style of repair. At least it's better than having this thing down on your shoulder, which is where it was before. Well, Ted thinks he spies something. All right, so these are the lines that head down to our place. So I've gone down through there and I've cut a lot of the small trees just so that we don't have a problem. But that goes all the way down to our road. But a lot of times these get taken out by larger trees that end up coming down. They fall on the lines. It happens. Welcome to rural life, I guess. So as an interesting fun side note, you can see that these lines go right down through past that barn. It actually used to be a little bit closer to it, and the barn that looked exactly like that barn burned. And when it burned, it melted the power lines, burned the poles, and took out our power for a couple days. That's before you were born. This was pretty cool. Just old pieces of farm equipment and old farm trucks and stuff. It's amazing the relics that you see on some of these old farms. What do you think, Ted? Ted likes them too. They're great places to hide if you're a rodent, and Ted knows that. So he keeps his eyes open. What you see? Anything? You see anything? No? Hello, little dog. And this is the other side of the farmer's field. So down here is the river. And then up there is the road. It goes up to the public trails. So Ted and I are headed, he doesn't know it yet, but Ted and I are headed down into this valley. So he knows it now. And we're just gonna follow the river out of here. Because this ends up on the back side of a little field that used to take my grandson riding his mini bike in all the time. What do you think, Ted? You can definitely see how these steep embankments would have kept cows from heading down this way. Although I don't think you'd ever see any cows down this far anyways. Because the other side of this hill is where the orchard would be. Alright, so we just came from over there. And this is the little deer blind. We came up here because we were following some prints that came off from the property that adjoined my neighbor's property. So I was just kind of curious as to who was coming in through our field. But I don't see any of these prints going into this thing. So, I don't know. Maybe the guy that we followed up doesn't own this thing either. Interesting. All right, Ted. Guess it's time for us to head down, buddy. Yeah, whoever came up here, they took a really circuitous route through the field. Oh, that's cool. It's like a little Yorkie cave, man. So, yeah, I was just curious as to where the trail went. Now we know. Ted. We're heading down, man. Here's the guys that we were following. So it's interesting because it's been a couple of days because there's ice on this now. But it's clearly well after hunting season, so I'm not really sure why anybody would even be up here. You can hear traffic on the road that's over there. We're not too far from public roads, which is what kind of intrigued me as to why somebody would come up through the field, because the field is actually private property. Huh. So that's the easy way in. But somebody came through here. Interesting. I'm not exactly sure why they would do that. Hey, where are you going? Still following, man. Step down here. Let's see, anything else up here? I see hopscotch across the river. Huh. Got better boots than I do. I'm not going across. You can see the prints though. If I wanted to, I could get on across one of the bridges and follow the ridge line down and keep following it. But I don't know. Must be somebody just coming to pick up their deer hunting stuff, I guess. Our work is done here, Ted.